Hello everyone and welcome to Flix N Clix, where we talk about the latest in entertainment, gaming, and collectibles. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Gabe, and let's begin today's discussion with HBO Max's series House of the Dragon. Their second season just dropped, guys, so by the way, spoiler warnings. If you don't want to hear spoilers, then just skip ahead to when we go to our next topic. So, second season of House of the Dragon began this past weekend, and boy was it a strong episode. Brandon, I understand that it was your first episode of anything of Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon related. So what did you think?
Well, personally, I never seen the episodes, seen any of them, nor the books, read any of them, the books either. But they started off strong, especially the second season. I was not expecting that, because I know they've been promoting everything, but as someone who's seen it for the first time, it really got to me. It got me excited for the next episode. For me, it's just big how it is, how they started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these series are very popular, very strong, and they don't shy away from any of the violence, goriness, whatever it is. They
dedicate themselves.
Oh yeah, they go full in on that. And for it being your first episode, what an episode it was to see where at the end they killed the son of the king, the usurper king nonetheless, but still the king. I know it wasn't who they originally wanted. Daemon hired Blood and Cheese to go for Aemond, but he was nowhere to be found. Those assassins decided, you know what, we'll go for the next best thing, and they got the king's son. So I'm really curious where they're going to go from here after this. Is Rhaenyra going to be happy that they, even though they didn't get Aemond, they got the king's son? Well, we'll see the next one. So what else did you think, Brandon? Tell me a little bit more about your thoughts. I'm really curious. Yes. What did you think of the show?
Well, after seeing about how Daemon accidentally killed Jacaerys, it was an accident, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it lost control of the dragon.
Yeah, they really wanted to have it thought by itself. But after that accident kill, and after Daemon wanted to get the king that they're going for, but it was another accident as well. They're going for the recent king that's going on right now, but after accidentally going for the younger one, that's gonna beef up even the more problems together, and that's gonna lead to even more disaster than whatever it is.
Yeah, the Queen Mother was really pushing. Oh, maybe we can make peace with Rhaenyra. No, that ain't happening. That was never in the cards. Especially now that the situation just got very real for her. When she literally was caught with her pants down there at the end, and being told what happened, and well, no peace. It's gonna be full blown out war. I'm really curious what's gonna happen. Aside from a few Wikipedia trips of reading up of the Targaryen history, I really don't know what's gonna happen next. I really was unaware of the Blood and Cheese thing. Although I'm pretty sure that's something that's kind of like the Red Wedding, where the book readers, they knew what was coming up and they were excited to see the reactions of people. I was not, so when it was happening, oh my goodness, they're really going there. And sure enough, they really did. You could hear the sounds of them shushing the little kid, and he's screaming, and then just no more, and the sound of slicing through meat. It's oof, man, that was pretty brutal. I was not expecting that whatsoever.
Yeah, I hope later on the next episode, I'm sure they're gonna reveal everything was all an accident. It wasn't done on purpose. So it's gonna make things even more interesting than it is.
In Game of Thrones, the title of the whole series, Game of Thrones, either you win or you die. It's all a game to those people that are in power, and they really go all out for that. There's no holding back. You either win or you die. There's no second place when it comes to that. I haven't spoiled myself much what happens in the future, but if this is any indication for where the series may go, I have no doubt we're going to be in for a wild ride. Mm-hmm. And speaking of the future of the show, right before this season premiered, HBO was announcing that they renewed the show for a third season, so that's really awesome. I'm really looking forward to where they go from here and in the future. I don't know how long this series is going to go. Game of Thrones went for, I believe, 8 seasons. I don't know if this show is going to go for that long, maybe 5, 6, but whatever they give me, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially you don't want to spoil yourself too much reading the books, because it just makes that exciting. But watching also in real life as if it was happening, it gives it even more excitement to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely that difference between book and live action. Seeing it for yourself, it's a totally different experience. There's been several other book series where like I've read the book and then they made the movies and I saw those, and it was really nice. The differences that they were able to make. They don't make them 1-to-1 exact copies because if they did, to be honest, it would be kind of boring if they just made exact copies of what was in the book to the movie. I like it when they change things up, make things interesting, make things. Sometimes you don't even know what's going to come up next if they really do make those changes. So it's really, really awesome. So Brandon, what do you have for us next? What do you want to talk about next?
Yeah, so it has been revealed that the location for the next James Gunn Superman, it will be taking place in Cleveland. As of right now, as you can see, it'll be I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it's a fight that is happening, but I'm not sure exactly. But I do know that James Gunn really wants to revive this franchise, the bring back the DC universe after what's happened of all the problems that's been going on. So, but I really do hope also they reveal more stuff and introduce new actors and including new characters to this film.
For sure. Zack Snyder, as good of a job as he did in the previous DC universe, they're now going in a different direction. They decided they wanted to reboot everything, restart everything, and James Gunn is the guy that they went with. So let's see what he can do. He did a great job with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, which for me came out of nowhere. I knew nothing about the Guardians, and it became like one of those fun movies to watch. Very, very cool, very funny, quippy, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure James Gunn's going to bring the same style and stuff for these new movies, and I'm really looking forward to it. I saw those set photos as well. Pretty sure Cleveland's a pretty good stand-in for Metropolis, seeing the Daily Planet logo, almost like an vintagey Art Deco style, very awesome. And of course the destruction that was going on, all that rubble. And you said you saw something about the Fortress of Solitude. Tell me about that. Yes,
because as it says in the article, that they'll be traveling to different places. That is one of the locations that they'll be going to, and it appears that the Fortress of Solitude will be taking place somewhere in Norway, which is really cool.
Yeah, like they get that Arctic style to it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Like just giving it their all, especially like they're spending lots of money, for all this equipment that they need to travel, all these people need to feed and stuff like that. So I'm really excited and that they really are committed to making this and boosting up so it could rival Marvel the universe.
Yeah, DC really deserves to have something go right for them for once. It's been a good while since they last had a very strong showing. Batman Begins, that series, that was very strong, but that was its own independent thing. It wasn't connected to anything else. There was no Superman, Wonder Woman, or anything like that. I thought they had a pretty decent chance with their DCEU previously, but there were a couple of misses. I hope that they really right the ship with this one. I think James Gunn has a pretty good shot of being able to do that. So I'm looking forward to what he has. And the Fortress of Solitude, I'm really excited for that. With the original Christopher Reeve movies, that was like a really cool alien-y looking place with all the crystals everywhere. As a kid growing up, to me that was like one of the coolest places ever. Just seeing that, it was totally different. And they didn't do that in the DCEU. They totally glossed over the Fortress of Solitude aspect. So I'm really happy that they're bringing that back.
Right, because I am excited too. Like I seen a couple clips on YouTube about the Fortress of Solitude, but especially now with we got more advanced within time, like we're able to, like I wonder what would that look like, everything filled with stone, with ice, with crystals all over, or how would they design it? That's what I'm really worried.
I can't wait to see that. I'm pretty sure they're gonna knock that one out of the park. They have to, like, come on, seriously.
Yeah.
It's not gonna look like styrofoam anymore.
Yeah.
As cool as it looked, it really was like just styrofoam set pieces. But I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, especially since it never been shown, like you said, in the Snyderverse. They haven't shown anything like that. All right, so might as well talk about Superman. Let's bring up the latest one, and My Adventure Superman, that's been going on Netflix. on HBO, or now called Max. That I've been keeping up recently, and personally I like it. I'm liking the show a lot. Like I'm really having fun with the actions going on, the animation, everything.
Yeah, it's a really cool, different take on the Superman story. I'm glad they're like I said previously, like keeping it a little bit different, not doing the same stuff over and over again. They got to keep it fresh, got to keep the audience engaged. And for sure, this My Adventures with Superman, the story that they're going with, I'm really digging it. So tell me a little bit more about what you heard about for coming up next on that one.
Well, like I know from what I read and seen in this article, that they really want to go put on the next villain, which is will be coming out for next season, which has been revealed in season 2 that it appears to be Lex Luthor. That'll be the next big bad for season 3, which is I am really excited to see that one because we were getting into stuff like that. But as for animation and changing up his style, his age, and everything, like it's gonna be cool, really cool. Like I really am excited for this season stuff. But also another thing that is in season 2, they just also revealed that Superman barely met her cousin Kara, especially since she might be working with the enemies, which I am assuming might be Zod. I'm not entirely sure who it is, but this is the first time ever where Kara is like a quote unquote bad guy, but she doesn't know yet or where she is or how that happened, you know.
Yeah, like I'm really curious as to where they're gonna go with that one because that's definitely a different take. Like where Superman and Kara have to go against each other. I don't think I've really seen that before, as far as like a prolonged nemesis type situation. But it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, this is the first time that they ever fought each other and stuff like that. There's been speculation in comics like who will win, like this and that. But I am excited for this season, especially hopefully the last season they reveal who the big bad guy coming up with the invasion fleets. Like who he is. That's what we don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out, right?
Yes, right. So what do you have for us? What else news?
All right, guys. So now moving on over to gaming, I want to talk to you about a thing that's near and dear to my heart, which is Nintendo. I've been a huge Nintendo fan ever since I was a kid. And this past Tuesday on the 18th, Nintendo had their Nintendo Direct conference, and they revealed this whole slew of games coming up for the next year or so. Of course, they have their typical Mario games with Mario and Luigi Brothership. I think a remake of Luigi's Mansion, which is another kind of underdog series that has its own following. Of course, Mario Party, a franchise that I love. I've been playing since the very beginning on the Nintendo 64 days. But there are two games that stood out above all the other things that they announced, which the first one is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. This is a series that I've been following for a good while. It's been in development for I believe about 7 years. First started off with Bandai Namco Studios, but after a while they had some development trouble, so Nintendo decided to give Retro Studios a shot again to right the ship and take over development. And from what was shown in the trailer, my goodness, this game looks amazing. I've played the original series of Metroid Prime 1 and 2 on the GameCube, and Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, which was on the Wii, which was, I believe, the reason why I bought the Nintendo Wii to begin with, like just for that game, because I was a huge fan of the Prime series. And they did an awesome job transitioning from 2D to 3D in that, and now they're continuing that with the fourth entry in this series. I'm really highly anticipated. I believe it comes out sometime next year. They didn't give a specific release date for that one, but sometime in 2025. The other game that came out that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm also a huge fan of the Legend of Zelda series, is Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And in this one, Princess Zelda finally gets to be the main playable character in this one. Has pretty interesting mechanics to go along with it, as well as a completely different art style for it. The last two games in the series, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they've had kind of, I don't want to say like hyper-realistic look to them, but more realistic than the previous ones where they had like a very cartoony nature. This looks almost like Funkos moving around, so it looks pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that one. So I'm sure many diehard fans will be anticipating this game that comes out late September, so not that far away. So Brandon, what are your thoughts on these Nintendo games that are coming out soon?
Like personally, I don't really keep up with Nintendo, mostly PlayStation, Xbox, other ones. But it seems promising that these companies really want to give the fans what they want, especially since, like you said, this is the first time Zelda is being a playable character. It's always been Link. So this is like pretty big, especially for a while. Like I'm pretty sure everyone's been also wanting to play as Zelda as well.
Yeah, she's definitely been a character that they've like, hey, when is she gonna be a playable one? Outside of like Smash Brothers and other few games, she's never, as far as I know, has been like a main playable character. So it's very cool that they finally, after many years, they make her as the main stars, and let's see what she can bring to the series. Link has his own array of weapons and actions that he does, so they got to make it different for Zelda. So let's see what Nintendo has for that. And from what it seems in the trailer, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And one more thing I forgot to mention in the series of the My Adventures with Superman, it's also like since Lex Luthor is working for Amanda Waller, like I wonder what he got planned for Superman, since also they don't want him there on Earth in the first place or anywhere in near, especially they think that he's dangerous. So I wonder like how was Superman able to handle and tolerate all that, especially since the new enemies coming in, going against Amanda Waller and Lex Luthor, which is the first time that I've seen Lex Luthor, another bad guy, but this time working with another one. So I want to see how it's going to turn out too as well.
Yeah, but it should be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to that. All right, everyone. So if you enjoyed this channel and want to talk more about entertainment, games, and collectibles, please hit that like button, drop a comment below, smash that subscribe button, please, and we'll see you all next time on Flix N Clix.
Bye, guys.
See ya.